Hi, welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. The big day is here. This is so exciting. And I know I say that every week, but it's still true. The countdown to Christmas and Miracles of Christmas is upon us. We are here to do our third annual countdown to Christmas, Miracles of Christmas, Hallmarkies preview show. Yay! I'm so grateful to be joined today by Anne. Is here?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Yay! And Cammie's here.
Hello!
Can you believe it? This weekend, it's starting. We're getting the first Christmas movies of the season. Isn't that
so
Are we supposed to?
Yes.
Are we supposed to say ho 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 or?
Ho, 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 Halloween.
Yeah, really.
What they really need is they need to have Christmas lights that you can like click a button and it changes color. So you can just click, it changes from orange to colored lights or whatever.
The colored lights. Yeah, that would be a good
Ready to
idea.
go. I mean, you could even change it situationally. Like when you're watching the Christmas movie, you could have them red and green.
Yeah. If you're
And then
watching
click,
a horror movie.
I'm giving out Halloween candy. That's a moneymaker on your hands there. Somebody.
Click, click, click,
Yeah,
click.
that's right.
A lot of
So
fun.
we are so excited. And we also have from a bunch of our other co-hosts, we have their ratings and reviews. So that I'll be reading from Georgia, from Caroline, from Lisa, from Casey. So we're getting all kinds of opinions, all kinds of stuff about what we don't even know. So these preview shows, a lot of people take them way too seriously. They're just for fun. These movies could end up being great, and we don't think they look great from the summaries, but then they could super surprise us. Or they could end up being real disappointments, and that's certainly happened time and time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So really, just have fun, enjoy it. For this podcast, I decided, because sometimes I would look at blogs, look at Instagram, look at stuff like that, and I just decided I just got my information from Hallmark websites and from IMDb Pro and out of Candace Cameron Bre's mouth from the Christmas specials. That's it. I didn't look anywhere else.
Wow, Rachel.
So if anything is wrong, it's either human error where someone just misspoke something or they're wrong. We're trying our best to get it, but they make so many changes. And sometimes even full-on summaries are wrong. Like we've seen that many times before in these previews. And that's not our fault. Sorry. We're trying to do the best we can. And just have fun with it. And let us know what your preview is, what your rating would be for these films. And, we're going to try to go through them pretty quickly. And we're going to go through it probably, unless we're going super fast, going to go through it in 2 parts to make it a little more digestible. But we're going to start in October. And so let me explain really quick our ridiculous ranking system that we have for these preview shows. We start with Cole. Cole is we have no anticipation. It looks terrible. We hate it. It looks awful. And there have been some Cole that have risen up. So don't be discouraged.
That's true. You can always rise up from coal. So.
That's right.
Can't get any lower.
That's right.
It just means that they haven't done a very good job marketing it for whatever reason, and then it ends up being way good. So that's exciting. And then we have socks. And basically, this is like the gift you get from your grandma that you're kind of like, okay, thanks, Grandma. But not that great, right? And so that's what socks is. It's like the next level. We're like, we're not dreading it. It doesn't look awful, but we're a little skeptical. I'd say socks equals skeptical.
Okay.
So then the next level is an orange, because that used to be something you'd get in your stockings. That was like a fun thing. You get an orange. And so this is movies that look cute, look fun. We're looking forward to them, but they're not at that like, whoa, hype level. Okay. And so the
Drum roll, please.
The final one. The ones we are super hyped for that look so amazing, that look like the writing's going to be good. It looks like the acting's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be funny or tender or whatever we want from it. It's going to be awesome. And that is the diamond ring. The ultimate gift that you can get is a diamond ring. Right? and so we're obviously the most excited for those films. And so that's our ridiculous ranking system. Let us know what you think, how you would rank all of these films. So again, the schedule could very well change. A lot of things could change. We're just so please forgive us. But let's talk about the ones opening up this weekend. So we have A Merry Christmas Match, and that's opening up on the 25th. It's coming right up. This is on Hallmark Movies Mysteries. This is the first of the whole year. And it stars Ashley Newbrew and Kyle Dean Massey, and it's directed by Jake Helgren and written by him. And the summary is: Corey lives in a ski village where she works at a local antique shop. When recently named Christmas Catch Ryder comes into her shop, sparks fly, and she starts to wonder what could be. So, Anne, what are your thoughts about this one?
Well, it's kind of unfair, but it's supposed to come out in July, so I feel like it's just like kind of like for me. But so I would say socks for this one because I don't know. I'm not like super excited about it, but I've had to wait so long, and yeah, I'm just socks for me.
Yeah. What do you think, Cammie?
I like Ashley. I think that she's really great. I've never heard of what's his name,
Kyle
the
Dean Massey.
Yeah, I've never heard of him, so I don't really know what to expect. So I'd probably say sock, just because I don't know.
I think he's on the show Nashville, I believe. He was on that show.
Oh, I watched that.
That's
okay.
your neck of the woods, Anne.
I know. I stopped watching at one point. Maybe he came on after that.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if he's done any Hallmark movies before. I didn't get that looked up, but yeah, I don't know. I have not been that big a fan of either any of the clips that we've seen of this so far. It's just not looked great to me. Yeah, I do like Ashley, and I mean, I do feel like why would they start out their season on a dud?
Yeah, that seemed weird to me too. I thought that was kind of strange.
But it is weird that they delayed it from at least being announced at July. I'm also going to give it a sock, but I'm hoping they'll start on a good note. So I'm hoping it's actually to be good. So what rating would you have, Cammie?
Oh, I said sock.
Oh, did you say sock? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I didn't hear you. Okay, then Casey gives it sock with coal dust. Lisa says, is this person named Christmas Catch Ryder? Because that would raise my ranking if it was. Either way, I'm confused and give this a sock. And Caroline gives it Christmas socks. And Georgia says, one of the people who made this movie is best friends with JC from NSYNC. You know that means I'm giving it a diamond ring.
Oh,
Georgia loves NSYNC.
I love NSYNC too. Not as much as her probably, but.
So there you go. All over the map with that one. Okay. All right. Then
that is all over the map.
Then we have Christmas Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. And this is on Hallmark Movie Channel, the main channel. Stars Jill Wagner, Matthew Davis, Donna Mills, based on a book by Jenny Hale. I am interviewing her on Friday. And so I should have the interview posted on Saturday, the day of this airs. So that's my hope, my goal.
Yeah. Rachel, I just looked up Kyle Dean Massey. This is his first Hallmark film.
Oh, good. Thanks. Okay. And so the description, the movie centers around Abby, a single mom who takes a risk in following her true passion of interior designing. She is hired by local businessman Nick to decorate his estate by Christmas Eve. With the deadline in sight, Abby must navigate her working relationship with Nick in hopes that this is just the start to a successful new career. The movie also stars Donna Mills as Nick's mother, Caroline. So I actually am not going to rate this one because I've actually seen it because Hallmark is crazy, and they released Christmas Wishes, Mistletoe Kisses, and Merry and Bright both to Walmart like 2 weeks ago.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And we were going to do like a bonus review for the patrons. Didn't really end up working out just because of time. And so I watched it, but I feel like it's not fair for me to give a rating a movie I've watched. But Anne, what are your thoughts?
I absolutely adore Jill Wagner. I just love her so much. So I would say a hopeful big orange for me, because it could definitely, for me, depending on how the chemistry and the story is, it could be turn into a diamond ring possibly. But I'm hopeful big orange. So yeah,
very good. And Cammie, what are you thinking?
I've got an orange with a sock laying next to it. Because I too love Jill Wagner, and I watched the preview and I loved some of their quick-witted lines. Mm-hmm. He said one of the reasons that he hires her is he says, "I like your spunk," which I'm just, what? Well, I like your spunk. You're hired to decorate my entire estate.
Yeah.
And then he says, "I believe you'll get the job done, even if it takes a Christmas miracle." So I think it's going to end up being witty. I've never heard of Matthew Davis. This is going to be the first thing I've seen him in.
He's great.
So, okay,
he's
good.
Legally Blonde is like most famous, I think.
Yeah, that's his most famous movie.
Legally Blonde. Who was he in Legally Blonde?
He's the ex-boyfriend.
The one that she wanted, the one she really wanted. Yes, yeah.
Of course, he's
just a lot older. Yeah.
Of course, it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel better about it already. The sock is scooting away.
The one major head scratcher in this movie I will never understand, even after viewing it, is why does she have a black dress on? What on earth?
Oh yeah, I saw you said that.
That makes no sense.
It's not Christmassy at all. Yeah,
because black is the signature dress up. And
not for a Christmas party. Either do green, red, or blue is acceptable. I'll accept blue, or even gold.
Probably
I could accept gold.
But probably has nothing to wear. She's a single mom. She's just now launching the interior design business, or the interior decorating, I mean. So she probably has nothing to wear. She's going for the little black dress.
I mean, I don't know that the costuming is going for gritty realism in these movies. I was baffled by that. It obviously it's not a deal breaker, but black dress. What are you doing with a black dress on at Christmas? All right. For Christmas wishes, mistletoe kisses, Casey says orange with glitters of diamonds because I love Jill. And then Lisa says orange because I like everyone in this and it's based on a Jenny Hill book. Caroline says clementine because they're my favorite oranges. So
okay.
And Georgia says love this cast and the dress is supposed to be magical at the end, a sparkling orange. So I guess she thinks black is magical. I don't know. We have a difference of opinion there.
I guess so.
Jill Wagner looks really good in it.
She does. She said the back was the prettiest part, too. I haven't seen the back.
Oh, no, I didn't see it either.
So, all right. Then we have Nostalgic Christmas, because this year, the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries movies are going to be on Thursday and Friday, and the Hallmark Channel movies are going to be on Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, depending on what's going on. So that's why we have 2 in a row here from Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. So Nostalgic Christmas, this is going to be on the 31st on Halloween.
I know, it's so weird.
So weird.
Kind of hilarious. And this stars Brooke D'Orsay, Trevor Donovan, and really short little summary is just when Anne helps her father close the family's toy store, what she finds will help inspire an entire town that is in need of some Christmas cheer. And I did watch the preview show on this, and it looked really cute. A lot cuter than that, I feel like that description suggests. And I do feel like Trevor and Brooke D'Orsay will have nice chemistry. I think they look like a really natural couple, the two of them. So I'm pretty high on this. I'm going to give it a really yummy orange. What about you, Anne?
I have mine is orange socks, Oh, I like Trevor Donovan a lot, and I think they'll be a good pairing. I don't know why. I when I saw the promo, I guess it was a little bit different than I don't know. I just wasn't sure if they showed the right part in the promo for me to kind of get into it. But I really like Trevor Donovan in sweaters, so I mean, if I just have him in sweaters, I'll be fine. So orange socks for me.
Is a Christmas sweater like your version of Lisa's Henley?
Yeah, maybe. I love a man in a Henley, like when it's the summer and stuff. Oh, and winter too. But I love the sweaters on the men in the winter. I just think they look so handsome. Yeah. My husband won't wear them, so that's probably why I just like to see other men
gotta live out the fantasy somehow.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
What do you think of this one, Cami?
I love Brooke Dorsey. She is adorable. And it's really funny because I remember thinking when I saw the preview for oh shoot, I'm going blank. The one that she did with Daniel Lissing.
Yeah.
Christmas Love.
Christmas Love.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Wreath movie. Is just
the Wreath movie.
The hideous Wreath movie.
Oh no, no hideous.
Oh, they were the worst.
Because even though I thought she was absolutely adorable, it seemed like a lot of her characters were a bit on the flighty, almost ditzy side, and she pulled it off well. And so when I saw the preview for Christmas in Love, I went, is that going to work? Because I am a huge fan of Daniel Lissing, big time. And that was right after he had quit When Calls the Heart. So it had to be good. It had to be really good. And then I watched it, and she played that character so well. The perfect blend of severity and lightheartedness and the childlike Christmas spirit without being too childish. And so now she has raised several notches in my book. So I really think that she's going to do a fantastic job. And just seeing Trevor Donovan be kind of a father figure, I've never seen that. And so I think that it will look good on him. So I'm going to give this a very, very solid orange.
All right. So for Nostalgic Christmas, Casey says a small orange. Elisa says, LOL, agree with Casey. Make this one of those cuties. So Clementine, which are Caroline's favorite. I like Brooke, and she can bring the Christmas cheer. Caroline says a cutie orange. So basically a small Clementine, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, Georgia says Brooke Dorsey is a gem. Therefore, this movie is a diamond. So, all right. Next, we have Two Turtle Doves. And this is Hallmark Movies Mysteries. This stars Nikki DeLoach, Michael Rady. It's on the 1st of November. It's directed by Leslie Demetriades, and it's written by Sarah Montana. One of my favorite interviews I've ever done is with Sarah Montana. She's an incredible writer, incredible person. And if you've never watched her TED Talk, you should, because it'll make you a better person. Okay. So anyway, I adore her. And I really liked this whole team's collaboration with Love to the Rescue earlier this year. I think it's the best movie that they've done this year.
I was going to say those two were really solid.
They were.
And same writer, Sarah Montana wrote it. So it's it's a regrouping of everybody.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really, really excited. Hint to my rating. But anyway, the summary is Dr. Sharon Hayes searches for a beloved family heirloom in a small Christmas town. When she unexpectedly discovers an adorable little girl and her disheartened father, she realizes that Christmas miracles really do happen. So, Anne, what are your thoughts about this one?
I really like their pairing in Love to the Rescue as well. So I'm really excited to see them in a Christmas movie together. And I like the kind of a little bit more serious tone of it. And I always like when it's, Christmas and they, become happy or just overcome something in the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And this seems like that kind of film. So I'm giving it definitely a solid orange. I'm really looking forward to this pairing together. And I didn't know it was everybody from that whole movie. So that'll be even better. Yeah.
What do you think, Cami?
I'm thinking an orange-colored diamond.
Ah, nice.
Yes, because number one, anything named Two Turtle Doves is going to be
That's
good.
True.
But I, too, thought that Nikki DeLoach and Michael Rady were a very solid pair. And The one skepticism I have is I really don't like too much of a Grinchy man.
Okay.
That was one thing that I really loved about Daniel Lissing and Jessica Lowndes' movie, A December Bride.
Mhm.
Daniel Lissing's character had no experience with Christmas, but he was very open to it. So he was a businessman and he was serious and he was focused, but she showed him the joy of Christmas, and that opened him up, and he was totally open to it. He wasn't fighting against it or anything. So if Michael Rady turns out to be the more Grinch-like character, then it'll go a little bit lower. But especially if he's a widower and she's coming to help fill the hole in his heart, which is very, very sweet, then it's going to be an orange colored diamond for me.
Very good. Okay. So it's definitely a diamond for me. It was one of my top 3 in my article for Deseret News, most anticipated for Hallmark 2019, just on the talent alone. The story seems perfectly fine, but I think it's going to be elevated a lot, and I've liked the clips, and I just love it when it, particularly Michael Rady and Chad Michael Murray, who we'll check later on, both of them like take these movies so seriously, and they have these clips on Hallmark Channel, and they're just like, yeah,
I know. I really do, though. I've seen it. What you're talking about, yeah.
And it's like the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I absolutely love it when they're waxing philosophical about Hallmark movies. It's my favorite thing.
It's great.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
It's so good. All right. So, okay. Diamond ring for me. And and Casey says, Neil Lane is bringing me a plate of 10-carat diamonds, handpicked from the diamond mines of South Africa. And in the middle is the heart of Eternity Diamond. Look it up. It's worth $16 million. In other words, this movie is going to be my number 1 Christmas movie, I hope.
Wow.
So she nailed it. And then Lisa says, why does Hallmark like making me cry with Nikki and Michael? And I will love this movie even if I don't want to. Diamond. Caroline gives it the most expensive diamond. And Georgia says, my favorite couple, diamond earrings here. They each get their own diamond. So,
okay.
All around, we're all super excited about it. Okay, so then we have Merry and Bright, and this is the other one that I have seen.
That's right. Okay.
And so Hallmark is just
it's up to Anne and me.
That's right. It's the ratings. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
But this has Jodie Sweetin, Andrew Walker, Sharon Lawrence in it, directed by Gary Yates, who's a legend. He's done so many good movies.
Yes.
It's Sanford Golden and Karen Weisskaver are both new to writing Hallmark movies. They are the writers. And the story is Kate, CEO of the Merry and Bright Candy Cane Company, meets Gabe during the busy Christmas season. She assumes Gabe is the suitor her well-meaning mother is trying to set her up with. In reality, he works for Empire Corporate Recovery, which has been hired to take a closer look at Merry and Bright's operation and find ways to make the company more profitable. As Kate and Gabe begin to work together, they find ways to elevate the business and find that they have more in common than savvy business sense. So, Cammie, what is your overall thoughts about this movie?
Well, number 1, that's embarrassing. To think that he's a suitor and he's coming to try to help your company in a very business-like manner. This one is a solid diamond. This is a solid diamond. Andrew Walker is one of those people that I think makes anything better that he is in. I have not liked a movie at all, but because he is there, I'll keep it on my DVR, or because he is there, I'll watch it again. He is one of those actors on Hallmark that I see he's in it immediately. My interest is hooked. I adore Andrew Walker. Jodie Sweetin is fantastic. I'm a Full House fan from when I was a kid, and I saw a clip of it when it has to be after she knows who he is, but she's saying very seriously to him, "No offense, but I don't need you now." And he says, "Well, no offense back, but we're stuck with each other." So if that's any indication, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Solid diamond.
All right. Very good. Anne, what do you think?
Wow, Cammy and I are on the same plane on this one for sure. Andrew is my king of Hallmark. He's my favorite Hallmark guy out of all of them. And same as her. When I see him, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I want to watch this movie. And so for me, it's definitely like a good sized diamond, like not too small, not too big, but like the perfect size diamond. And I love Jodie Sweetin. I watched Full House a little bit when I was younger, but I've watched Fuller House and I like her a lot. And so I just think together it's going to be complete magic. I'm so excited. I got the DVD and I'm watching it on Friday. So
well, and
I'm
also,
glad you didn't watch it yet.
Yeah. We have Andrew Walker back for 2 movies.
I know. I'm excited about that.
Over at Lifetime for the last 2 years at Christmas.
I know.
So we got him back. So we're happy about that.
He's ours again. Yes. He's ours.
We're taking the claim.
And I think that Jodie Sweetin has been really good in all of her Hallmark movies that she's done. Even The Lover Under the Rainbow, which I was not thinking would look. I did not think that looked good at all.
Yeah,
and then it ended up being really sweet and really good. I actually really enjoyed it.
I thought it was going to be boring, but it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was really.
It was so beautiful, and she was so good in it.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't love her movie last year, The Entertaining Christmas, but it was not her fault at all. It was just I didn't really love the co-star. They didn't have chemistry to me. It just but she was great. She's a really good fit, I think, for Hallmark. So glad to see her in this. So Casey says a very large, juicy Satsuma orange, and then Lisa says that this is this year's corporate takeover movie Blur sock. Caroline says fuzzy socks. I do think the plot isn't the best.
Typical. It's typical. Yeah, it's gonna be the talent that makes it gold, or in this case, a diamond.
The premise is classic. This is Georgia. The premise is classic, and I love me a good Andrew Walker Christmas movie, Candied Oranges. So there we go. Okay, next we have Christmas Scavenger Hunt. This is Hallmark Channel. Kevin McGarry, Kim Shaw, director Marita Grabiak, who did Winter Castle and With Love Christmas, writer George and Tammy Klembeth, and this is the first that I could find on IMDb Pro. So for Hallmark. So this is on the 3rd of November, and it's when Belinda heads back to her hometown for the holidays. Things get complicated when she's forced to team up with her ex, Dustin, at the town's annual Christmas scavenger hunt. So I have to be honest with this one. I have not been impressed with the clips. I mean, I love Kevin McGarry, obviously. He's wonderful. I don't know. I don't know this Kim Shaw. I'm sure she's a lovely human being, but I don't know. I just haven't been that impressed with her in the clips, and I haven't sensed that chemistry. And so I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one, but it could end up being a pleasant surprise. So I'm going to give it a sock. What about you, Anne?
I like Kevin McGarry too. I like the theme, like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I think that might be kind of fun. I'm with you. I haven't really felt the promos were that great. So I would say fuzzy socks for me for this one.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cammie?
I'm with both of you. I love Kevin McGarry. I think he's awesome. I do like the idea of a scavenger hunt because it's different. You know, it doesn't follow the same plot line. Mm-hmm. The whole idea of them being exes, classic Hallmark move, but it can be a touch and go kind of thing. So it can either work really well or it can flop. And I don't know Kim Shaw at all. So I don't know anything about her. So I'm going to say an orange in a stocking. Mm-hmm. So not just a plain old sock, but I'm going to say an orange in a stocking.
All right, good. Okay, so Casey says a Florida orange, sunny, bright, slightly tart, but still delicious. Lisa says, how is she forced by gunpoint? I do like scavenger hunts, though. Orange soda. And then Caroline says, I agree with Lisa, orange soda. And Georgia says, I mean, probably just coal, but I would love to be pleasantly surprised. So there we go. Okay, next we have Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas. This stars Rachel Lee Cook, Benjamin Aries, Hallmark Movies Mysteries. It's directed by David Winning, who is not my favorite. director. Typically, I'm not a fan of the Finding Father movies. I hated those movies.
Oh no.
No, they were not for me. I'm sorry. I tell the truth. I hated those movies. And he's just typically not my favorite director, but we'll see. Rick Garman, he's incredible. And he's done so many good projects. And that's not a surprise, by the way, that I hate the Finding Father Christmas movies.
It's a surprise to us.
One of the very first podcasts we ever did. I was like, this is taking me to a dark place.
Oh no.
So the summary is Willow and single dad David must work together when Willow's sister decides to get married at the inn David currently owns. Holiday romance is in the air. So this one, I do like Rachel Lee Cook. I like Benjamin Ayers, I'm not sure you say his last name. Anyway, I like them, but I am not a fan of most of the Hallmark wedding movies. And so drama around weddings, that's not for me. I don't like bridezillas. I don't like anything like that. I find it very irritating. And so this premise just does not do it for me. It could end up being funny. It could end up working, but I'm going to give this one a sock with coal dust. I'm not looking forward to it, but who knows? We'll see. What do you think, Anne?
I'm on the same plane as you. I don't know. I like Rachel Lee Cook sometimes. And Benjamin Ayers, he's not my favorite. And when I saw the clip, I was like, ooh, I am not feeling this movie. And I don't even know. I couldn't even really tell you why. I was just like, oh, this doesn't really, it's not grabbing me. I'm just totally I could not watch it and be fine. So I would say coal colored socks. So however you want to take that, black socks or whatever. It's just, I'm not really feeling
Same as me. So. What about you, Cammie? What do you think?
I'm going to go with socks. Because I really do like both of them. And I like weddings as long as they don't get out of control. Because the one thing, when I was engaged to be married, the one thing I said is, if I ever turn into a bridezilla, tell me immediately. Because I hate bridezillas. And so if there's, but one thing I will say is that it doesn't sound like the inn is going under, which, thank you.
That's true. That's a good point.
A business is not going under at Christmas time. Thank you.
Yes, I agree.
So I will say solid socks.
Okay, good. Casey says socks. Lisa says, I like the people involved in this, so I'll say orange colored socks. And then Caroline says fuzzy Santa socks. And Georgia says a pair of fuzzy festive Christmas socks. So we're all sort of in team some type of sock with it. So there you go. All right, next we have Holiday for Heroes, Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. This is stars Mark Blucas, Melissa Claire Egan, and Patty Murin from Frozen. So that's exciting. And then they have director Claire Nieder-Prum, and it has 3 writers, Todd Messigi, Lisa Nani Messigi, Andrew Greishton Nosfell. Sorry, I mispronounced people's names. And this will be on the 8th. And we only have a small summary, but it's just a woman and a soldier exchange letters for a year before their worlds collide. So, what do you think about this, Anne?
I like it. I generally like a veteran Christmas movie. I don't know, something extra touching about it, I think. And I do like Mark Blucas. And Melissa Claire Egan, I don't know that much about her, but what I do, I like. So I'm really looking forward to it. I would definitely say an orange for sure. Just because it sounds sweet. I love letters. I mean, that's sweet. And and he's going to get to come home from war. And in the promo, they showed they're sending packages overseas. That sounded really sweet. So solid orange.
Very good. And what about you, Cammie?
Big giant diamond. Big giant diamond. Mark Blucas plays soldiers so well. He's been a soldier in other Hallmark movies, and he does it incredibly well. Operation Christmas is the one.
Oh yeah,
and this is Claire Egan's first Hallmark film, and so I'm looking forward to that to see how she does. But I'm actually friends with the producer, and his wife is Claire, who directed it. And
that's cool.
so she and I talked about it. She told me a few fun things about behind the scenes. So I am really, really looking forward to it. And there is something about putting veterans with Christmas. I mean, in Operation Christmas, when they had the clips of the soldiers, oh gosh, I'm gonna cry. when they had the soldiers up on the screen, all taking turns singing Silent Night, I burst into tears. And just, I think it's so important to acknowledge what the military has done for our country in the last several years, and how much of a sacrifice it is for them to be away from their families, especially during the holidays. And like I said, Mark plays a soldier incredibly well. So yeah, solid diamond. And I'm really looking forward to another one of Claire's works, because I haven't officially met her, but her husband and I grew up together. I've known him my entire life. So
cool. Great. Yeah, for me, I do love Mark Lucas. I think he manages to, like, I feel like sometimes be a little flirty in scenes in just like little ways that are super romantic. Like, I thought that that barbecue movie was kind of terrible, but he and Autumn were so good that it was watchable.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
I
love that one because they did so well together. So.
Yeah, they were good, but the story and the barbecue, all the barbecue part was not well done in my opinion. But anyway, they elevated it.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. But anyway, so I do think he has that potential. And I've never seen Melissa Carey Egan because I'm not a soaps watcher, but I hope she'll be good. She's looked decent in the trailers. I'm a little more positive on Claire Niederbrum after Love, Fallen Order, because that was really good. I really disliked her Little Women movie. That was not for me. And I didn't really like In the Key of Love. So I was really nervous about that going into, but hopefully she can make, this will be another hit after the last one. So that'll be great. Yeah, I think it sounds like a sweet, touching little story. So I'm going to give it an orange. And so we'll see. So Casey says, and every kiss begins with K Diamond because soldiers and letter stories make me cry. And those usually end up as favorites. And Lisa says, I might be in this. So diamonds everywhere. She has an extra. So.
That's cool.
Wait, who said that? Which
Lisa.
one?
Yeah,
Lisa. Okay.
Yeah. So Caroline says a small diamond, and Georgia says this cast. I love my soap opera actors, and Mark Lucas is fantastic. If a Veterans Christmas is any indication, I'll be giving this one a big diamond ring. So very exciting. We'd like to thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. We're thrilled to have the chance to work with Thrive Cosmetics. And right now you can get 15% off your first purchase at thrivecosmetics.com/Hallmarkies using code Hallmarkies. And that's THRIVECAUSEMETICS.com/Hallmarkies. That's the Thrive Cosmetics, cause with CAUSE. I really thought that they felt very light on my skin. Like I hardly felt like I was wearing makeup at all. I particularly liked this Brilliant Eye Brightener because I have problems sleeping. And so this really lit up my face. And I just felt like it was such a nice breath of fresh air on my day. They're also focused on giving back. They give a portion of each product sale to support causes for women emerging from homelessness, surviving domestic abuse, and fighting cancer. It's also certified vegan and cruelty-free and free from parabens and sulfates. So it's definitely a really, really good product. So you can check it out, thrivecosmetics.com/Hallmarkies, and enter code Hallmarkies. That's THRIVECAUSEMETICS.com/Hallmarkies to make a great Christmas present. Eve last year, which was so good.
Oh, yes, that one was amazing.
Yes, that was good.
And so this is on the 9th, and the movie centers around an extreme sports photographer who returns home for the holidays to look after her grandmother and ends up lending a helping hand to a neighbor who needs assistance watching his nephew. So I've been pretty high on this ever since the clip at one of the summer previews, and I've still remained high on it. It does make me laugh that Hallmark seems to think that anyone can be a photographer. It's like it's like chef, baker, photographer. I think are the three levels.
Most used professions. Yeah.
Dying to be a
Definitely.
photographer,
Definitely,
which I think is funny. But anyway, and this looks so cute. I love the little sequence they showed of him like giving her the job interview by mistake.
Oh yeah.
So cute. And I've liked Mary Patterson in almost everything she's done. I thought the John Core was fine in that Safari movie. So I'm pretty high on this, actually. I'm feeling really positive, like I'm really going to like it. So I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a diamond ring. I think it's going to be really good.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Okay.
Shocking, but I'm being kind of stingy, I feel like, with my diamond ring. So I'm going to give
That's good.
this one a diamond ring because I'm really looking forward to it. What about you, Anne?
I am not on the same plane as you this time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
John Core, I don't know what it is about him. Every time I see him, I don't like him, and I don't know why. I did not like him in the Safari movie. I didn't like him in, was it Picture Perfect Mysteries? I did not like him in that. Whenever I see him, I don't know why. He just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So when I saw he was in it, I was like, oh, I like Merritt. I was like, but I don't like him. And then I really don't like it. It's going to sound really terrible. When it's a lot of the kids are like a lot in the movie. And if she's going to be watching the kid, I'm like, okay, that means they're going to be showing her with the kid a lot, which sounds terrible. So I'm like socks that don't really fit well. Like, just socks for me. I'm sorry.
I love it. Very good. What about you, Cami?
I'm actually a solid orange.
All right, good.
I like. Yeah, I like Merritt.
Yeah.
This might sound a little harsh, but I'm growing a tiny bit weary of all of the animal adoption movies. So the fact that John Core's character David is raising and has adopted his nephew,
that is sweet.
Thank you. There are children out there that need a home. Yes. We are acknowledging that animals are not the only ones that need homes. I have no problem with adoption of animals. I'm not an animal hater. I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. The only reason why my family doesn't have a dog is because we are currently not living in our own home. So I love dogs. I love animal adoption, but I just think it has been really overdone for me. And so to see John Core's character raising and adopting his nephew, and that little boy, I saw him in Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and he was absolutely precious. He was absolutely precious. And so I'm going to say an orange on this one.
Cool. Great. Okay. So Casey says an orange. Lisa says extreme sports photographer, and Tracy Ann Doreen has my attention. Orange. Caroline says an orange, and Georgia says all the diamond rings. She has a more unique job than we sometimes see. Chemistry is on point, and it looks all cute and romantic. So, okay. Then we have on Hallmark Movie Channel, we have The Mistletoe Secret. This is starring Kelly Pickler, Tyler Hines, Patrick Duffy. It's based on the Richard Paul Evans novel. This airs on the 10th of November. When Aria convinces a famous travel writer to do a feature story on her beloved hometown, it looks like the town's tourism drop is about to be reversed. However, when the travel guru and his ghostwriter both show up, Aria is torn between the two. So either I read the wrong book, or this is a very, very loose adaptation of this book, which I'm a big fan of because the book was terrible and I hated it. And I am not a fan of Richard Paul Evans, his books, but Hallmark has managed to make them into much better movies. And the Mistletoe Project and the Mistletoe Inn are both not good books, in my opinion. I didn't enjoy them, but they made them into two of the better Hallmark movies in the recent years, in my opinion. And so that gives me some confidence. Love Tyler Hines. He's so swoon-worthy. I think that Kelly Pickler is fine. She'll be fine. And he does have a way of sort of commanding good performances out of people. Like, he's so strong. I feel like he helps his partners, kind of like Mark Lucas. And so I'm going to give this a sock that's orange. I'm giving it an orange sock. An orange sock. Just because I hope that they'll be able to transform this terrible novel into something that's worth watching, like they have in the past. What do you think, Anne?
I'm excited. I love Tyler Hines, especially in sweaters. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
He looks great in anything, but especially in sweaters.
First Trevor and now Tyler.
Yeah, now Tyler.
You like the T-men in the sweaters.
Yes, exactly. I do. And my mom is like the biggest Kelly Pickler fan, so she's rubbed off on me some. So I do like Kelly. I know a lot of people can't stand the way she talks and think she's, whatever they think, but I really like her. So I'm excited that they're in this movie together, and it sounds like a good premise. And the clips I saw were cute. I like Tyler's like sarcastic banter and manner, so I always think that's funny. So I'm looking forward to it. I said orange Fanta, which I love orange soda, so that's what I said. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so Cammie, what about you?
Well, I love the fact that Patrick Duffy is playing the dad. I thought that the addition of him to the cast would be a really great add. Adore Tyler Hines. He's right up there with Andrew Walker in my book, that anything he's in is automatically going to be better.
She doesn't like Kelly Pickler. It's okay.
Nothing against the woman. She seems lovely, but I cannot stand the way she talks. I just can't.
That's okay. I understand.
Christmas at Graceland, it was all I could do to get through it because I adore Wes Brown.
Yes.
Did you like her singing Silent Night 9 times? Literally counted it 9 times.
No.
Is it really that many? Wow. Oh my gosh.
So what do you give it?
If she can make it through it.
You can give it a Cole. I give you
it is
full.
not Cole. It is not Cole because
Tyler Hines can't be
because of
Cole.
Tyler Hines and Cole do not belong in the same.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to give it socks, but they're very, very sunset colored.
Oh, okay. So, there we go.
Because I like Tyler.
Casey says an orange sock. I'm sorry, Tyler Hines. Please prove me wrong. Lisa says, y'all know my feelings on this. I'm here for the sweaters and jackets only. Diamonds for Tyler Hines' wardrobe. Coal colored socks for everything else. Caroline says regular white socks. And Georgia says socks made out of coal. All right. So we have A Christmas Miracle. This is Hallmark Movies Mysteries. This is Tamara Mowry Housley, Brooke Starnell, Barry Bostwick, writer Mark Amato is his name. And this is ever optimistic single mom Emma is looking for a Christmas miracle to write about for the lifestyle magazine at which she has landed a temporary job. While following her lead on the story, Emma discovers unexpected romance with a supportive colleague and takes it upon herself to bring a Christmas miracle for a lonely street musician. So for me, I like Tamara Mowry. I think she's great. I like her sister as well. I think it's fun that we're getting, we have both of them that are part of the Hallmark family, which is great. And the story doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It doesn't excite me that much. And so I'm going to give it an orange. I'm just hopeful. I really like the diversity and I just hope it'll be good. I hope it'll be this year's Majestic Christmas, which was so much better than I thought it was going to be because of the casting and just the dancing scene was amazing. But so I hope it'll be kind of like that. But what do you think, Cammie?
I'm going to go with socks on this one simply because I don't know a whole lot about it. So I think that Tamara's great. I think that she's got a lot of great positive energy, but the storyline kind of seems done before, but don't hate the idea. Yeah. So I'm going to go with socks on this one.
Do you agree, Anne?
I am diversity always excites me, especially on Hallmark Channel, and so I'm glad to see that. When I saw the promo last night, I was like, okay, this looks kind of cute between her and her co-star, Tamara's co-star, and so I'm gonna give it orange socks. I'm hopeful. I really want it to be good, so I'm hoping it is. But yeah, I'm just not sure yet. Haven't, like you said, we haven't heard that much about it until
we are gonna have a huge order of orange socks by the end of this podcast. They're selling out. So.
Yeah.
So Casey says really warm and fuzzy orange socks, comfortable, cozy yet basic. Lisa says yes to all this. I'm ready. Fancy fake crystal orange. Caroline says crystal socks.
Fancy fake crystal orange. Okay, got it.
And Georgia says love Tamara, a giant orange. Okay, so then we have Godwink Christmas, Meant for Love. This is Hallmark Movies Mysteries. It stars Cindy Busby, Ben Hollingsworth, and Kathy Lee Gifford. And I could never believe in a million years that Kathy Lee Gifford would be named Olga. I just doesn't fit to me.
Yeah, that doesn't.
I'm sorry. Like, I feel like that's, I don't want to offend any Olga listeners because we love you and we adore you. But I just don't picture it with her. It just seems not. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. And these movies are based upon these books called the Godwink books by Squire Rushnell, where he talks about little miracles, little things that could be explained as coincidences, but not kind of. We talk about it in our church that it's the little blessings, little miracles, things, tender mercies. It's kind of the way that they're done, that people just happen to meet, people just happen to know what to do, kind of a thing. And so that's the idea behind Godwink. We had the one last year, Kimberly Sested, Paul Campbell. It was really cute, and at least most of us liked it. So the summary is multiple coincidences and a chance meeting bring Alice and Jack, two strangers from very different family backgrounds, together for a weekend wedding celebration. Encouraged by her family, led by mom Olga, Alice slowly lets go of her reservations about meeting someone new following a failed long-distance relationship. Meanwhile, more and more Godwinks, these coincidences that aren't really coincidences at all, bring Alice and Jack closer as each attempts to balance the newfound attraction with their complicated professional lives. So, Cammie, what is your thoughts?
I gotta go with a diamond.
Oh.
I absolutely adore Benjamin Hollingsworth. He's fantastic. I've adored every Hallmark movie I've seen him in, and I've cried that we haven't had him in more.
Yeah, I don't think we had one since 2015, 2016.
Yeah, he was everywhere, and then he dropped, and I've missed him terribly.
We were going to get him in Love Under the Olive Tree.
Yeah.
X'd.
Yeah.
So, and Cindy Busby, adore her. She's cute. She's fresh. She's got great energy, and I love movies with the premise that God is watching over us. I just do. And so anything with that I think is going to be great. And so seeing the two of them together, diamond.
What do you think, Anne?
I have a different opinion about Cindy Busby. It's not that I want to like her. I do. I want to like her so bad. But it's like every movie they cast, there's the same girl who can't stop complaining and having tantrums. And it just makes me not like her. And it's not her fault. It's just the character she plays. I feel like it's always the same. And I'm like, oh, just put her in some nice, warm woman, like not, and this looks maybe better. The promo, I was like, okay, this looks cute. So I'm like, okay, please let her be nice and happy and not complaining and whining. And I like Kathy Lee Gifford. I do like the premise that it is, talking about Godwinks, because I've read some of those stories. So I'm going to give it, instead of orange socks with oranges on them. So I'm like, I want it to be good. I'm not sure.
I hear ya about Cindy.
I'm like, why did they do that to her?
Especially the second Darcy movie.
Oh,
that one was rough. When she's having that massive tantrum, it's just like, calm down. Like, I just had it was not for me.
Yeah.
But
like when she
I do love her, and I do love Random Hearts. That one was one of my favorites. Or Royal Hearts. Royal Hearts. I loved that one, and she's one of our first interviews. I love her. She's such a sweetie.
She seems very sweet.
But I do agree with some of her casting. It's like, stop. Ben Hollingsworth, he's fine for me. I like him just fine. Kathleen Gifford, I actually thought she was much better than I was expecting, but I don't know if she can pull off Olga. I'm very suspect about that. And so
you're really hung up on that, aren't you?
Yeah, it just doesn't work for me.
Doesn't fit with her. Yeah.
No. And as far as faith-based films, when you start to bring in God, I'm open to it, and it can be done well. Yeah. But it can also be super heavy-handed and not done well. So it just depends on the script.
They have to be careful not to make it too pushy.
Yeah, so we don't know who did the script. At least I wasn't able to find it on either of the two resources that I had. And so I am going to give this a sock for Olga. I'm going to give it a sock.
She can't take it.
Olga designed sockwear. That's what I'm going to give it. But we'll see. That one has huge potential to be a surprise, I think. But I'm not sure. But anyway, Casey says a diamond because I really liked Godwin's last year. Lisa says I want to like this, but I'm just not that excited about it. White athletic socks. Caroline says red and green socks. And Georgia says perfectly acceptable and practical socks.
We can have a whole store of socks.
I know. That's gonna have a lot of socks.
Okay, next we have Christmas Under the Star. This is Hallmark Movies Channel. This stars Jesse Metcalfe, Autumn Reeser, and Clark Peters. It's directed by Alan Harmon, who's done tons, and writer Rick Dunlap from his own novel, The Christmas Tree Lot. And it is when Nick, a career-focused investment banker, is fired from his high-powered firm at Christmas time, he takes a job at a Christmas tree lot owned by a warm-hearted widower. We've got to love our warm-hearted widowers in Hallmark. Mm-hmm. There he meets Julie, an astronomy teacher who's always looked to the stars for hope. As the Christmas spirit washes over him and he begins falling for Julie, the once self-centered Nick discovers the joy of helping others. When he learns that Julie and the tree lot owner are facing hard times, Nick strives to end their troubles in time for them to all share a Christmas under the stars. So, everybody knows who listens to the podcast knows that I'm not a big fan of Trees on Chesapeake Shores because that show makes me bonkers and I don't like it. But I like Jesse Metcalfe. I just don't like that character. And I love Autumn and Jesse in Country Wedding. I think they are so good together. So the fact that the two of them are back together, I can only assume they will have good chemistry once again. And I think the story actually sounds really sweet and nice. And, you've got this, I thought the clip looked really cute and a warm-hearted widower. I mean, come on. I'm a fan of that. And so, and it's got Alan Harmon directing. I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to give it a really, really yummy orange. What about you? Anne?
Actually, A Country Wedding is my all-time favorite Hallmark movie ever. And I've seen over 300. So I am I'm so excited. I'm like, this is going to be great.
It's definitely in my top 10.
I saw the pairing. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, this pairing's great. The promo I saw, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, Autumn Reeser is amazing. Yeah. And Jesse Metcalfe, I mean, he's just beautiful and amazing. And the storyline's really sweet. Yeah. So I'm definitely, let's see, orange diamond dust, whatever that is. So I'm really excited. I'm too nervous to say full diamond, but I want it to be. And I think it probably will be for me because I just love them so much.
Yeah. Say it. Say it.
What about you,
Tammy? Probably will end up being that, but.
What about you, Tammy? What do you think?
I loved the promo. Yeah. And when an author does the screenplay, I think that that can be so magical. That can be so magical because it comes out the way the author intended, And so that scene with I thought I was in charge of the hot chocolate. Well, you've been demoted to marshmallows. It was so funny. It was so
cute.
fun and so adorable.
Yeah.
And yeah, the two of them together can be total dynamite. So I'm going to do an orange covered in diamond clusters.
Yeah, very good. Okay.
Nice.
Casey says socks that are way too small.
Oh.
And then Lisa says, I've liked their pairing before, so I'm optimistic, but I'm leery of the possibility of him singing. Agreed.
Oh gosh.
So dollar store socks from.
Oh.
And then Caroline says socks that are too big and keep falling off. So one's got too small, one's got too big. And then Georgia says Autumn Reeser is the diamond ring of this Cole movie. It'll be interesting. So very good. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All over the math.
Yes.
We got everything.
Okay. So then we have Right Before Christmas, this Hallmark Movies channel. This stars Tori DeVito, Chad Michael Murray, Grant Shaw, Lolita Davidovich, and Drew Seeley. And director Pat Williams, writers Neil and Tippy Dabrowski, who are legends. They've done so many great Christmas movies, Hallmark movies. And they did a bunch of the Paul Campbell ones. They've done Lovelocks, I think most recently, Crown for Christmas. They're incredible. So I'm so excited to have them back. The 17th of November, the plot is the movie centers around a recently single Jessica who sends Christmas cards to people who have impacted her life. The aunt who raised her, her younger brother in the military, a pop star who was part of the soundtrack of her life, the music teacher who inspired her, and the best friend who always tells the truth. So I love all of the clips that we've seen from this.
Yes.
I just think they have been so good. The whole scene outside where they're like pretending to be a couple and kissing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Huge. Diamonds.
Yes,
That was
falling from the sky. Diamonds.
Oh my gosh. And just everything about this looks so cute. I'm so excited about it. I love Neil and Tippy's movies. They've all been good. And so I think the writing will be really strong. And so huge diamond ring. We're talking princess cut, my perfect ring. This is one of my most excited for the whole season for sure. What about you, Anne? What do you think?
Okay, I'll start by saying I absolutely love Chad Michael Murray. Like when I was a teenager, I had the cutouts from J14 like taped on my like notebooks and stuff. Like I love Chad Michael Murray.
Say no more.
I'm a One Tree Hill fan, and Tori DeVito was on One Tree Hill as well. So I'm a total tree hiller. So this is total large diamond for me. I'm super excited. It makes me scared though, because sometimes I elevate things too high and then it can easily fall. So I'm like, please don't fall. Just be just as amazing as you look. And I love the early kiss promo. I love when there's early kisses. So I'm super, super excited. So rock solid diamond. That's a little bit too large. So that's me.
Yeah, he really is so swoon worthy. Like I was saying, when he's like waxes philosophical about like the deep, profound meaning of Christmas and Hallmark movies, I'm just like, wow.
And Chad wins the definite men in sweaters Hallmark. He's the best in sweaters. Okay.
Oh, another one.
He's over everybody else in sweaters. He gets the first prize. So,
and his last year was great. Road to Christmas was my favorite of the whole year. So of the whole Christmas. So personally, so Cammie, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with an orange colored diamond. I'm not completely sold, but I'm pretty much there. I love the premise, and especially because when you get so focused on a phony relationship or I always call them dead end relationships. How long have they been dating? You're stuck in a 5-year dead end relationship. Those can kind of bother me, and I don't know how long her and her ex have been dating, but for her to reach out beyond her broken heart and instead send those 5 cards to people who mean a lot to her, that's very, very heartwarming. Madison Smith, who is playing her younger brother, he calls himself Hallmark's signature younger brother.
That's true.
He was my first When Calls the Heart cast interview.
Oh.
So he always holds a special place in my heart. So when I saw that he was on it, I went, ooh, yay. And I'm with both of you. Any Hallmark movie that puts a kiss before the last 5 minutes,
Oh my
I'm
God.
sold. I'm sold. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with Tori DeVito, so that's probably where the orange colored diamond comes in, because I just don't know how her acting style is. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but yeah, very solid orange colored diamond.
Yeah, I do love Madison Smith. We had him on our show as well, and he was delightful. We really enjoyed him. So yeah, that's a good point. I had forgotten he's in this. Yeah, my only little, even though I gave it a diamond, the pop star element
Oh yeah.
could be a little. I mean, I like Drew
sometimes they
Seeley,
take it in weird
but it feels a little ridiculous that somebody would really send a letter like that to some pop star, and then they would end up that's the only part of it that I'm like, I trust you, Neil and Tippy. You'll make it good. I trust you. You'll make this work in the
Trust
writing.
your judgment. Yeah.
Neil and Tippy make quite the team. They really do.
No, they do. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely not. Okay. So then Casey says, a tangerine, you just never know what you're going to taste. Could be sour, could be sweet. Lisa says, this could be cute, fuzzy socks. Caroline says a tangerine. And Georgia says, every single diamond ring. Look, Michael Murray was my guy. Yes. I'm of the generation that debated when he was cuter, Freaky Friday or Cinderella Story. Cinderella Story, obviously.
Yeah, Cinderella Story, definitely. That hair.
Oh, don't get me started on that hair. Do not get me started on that hair.
Tori DeVito is my girl ever since Drake and Josh and Pretty Little Liars. That alone has my hopes up, but the clips have been charming too. And then we have the cherry on top, Drew Seeley, my fave, playing a pop star named Jax. He'll be singing in the movie Every Diamond Ring, y'all, everyone.
I didn't know it was Drew Seeley. Oh,
yes.
Okay. If Drew Seeley is the pop star, we don't have to worry about total the pop star element. Yeah, he'll be great. He'll be great.
All right. Next we have Holiday Hearts. This is on Hallmark Movies Mysteries. Ashley Williams, Paul Campbell. The summary is, while planning an annual Christmas party, Peyton is forced together with Ben to care for a friend's daughter. As they find their Christmas spirit, will there be some romance along the way? I wonder. So this I am giving a orange to a very good orange just on Ashley Williams and Paul Campbell alone. And it sounds cute enough, the story. But I don't know. They're just on them because I love them so much. So I will give it an orange. What do you think, Anne?
I'm going to give it fun socks, like those socks that, have like little stuff on them that's fun. I saw the clip last night and I didn't really know had that much to go off until I saw that. But I thought it was cute and I do like both of them. So yeah, fun socks for me.
All right, Cammie, what about you?
Orange. The two of them, they're both the funny, quirky, really witty Hallmark stars. So I think that the two of them together, they're going to be great. So orange.
Great. Okay. And then, so Casey says a honey ball orange because they are perfectly round and delightful. And I love Paul Campbell. Lisa says, I think they're going to be fun together. Juicy orange. Caroline says diamond because Ashley and Paul are the best. And Georgia says, I love them both. Sparkling orange cider. So there we go. And I will do my best to get Paul on the podcast again before the movie.
Oh, please.
Because
please.
Then he will be in the special 4-timers club of being on our podcast 4 times.
Yeah.
So anyway, we love him. Okay, next we have our Christmas love song. This is Hallmark Movies Mysteries, stars Alicia Witt. And this is from Candace Cameron's mouth herself, this summary. It says, when country star Melody Jones is accused of plagiarizing her holiday single, she returns home to spend Christmas with her estranged family and old flame and learns what is important in life. So, Anne, what are your thoughts?
I'll just say I'm not a big Alicia Witt fan. I can't tell you why. I don't know. Just not feeling her. And I don't know who the guy is at all. So I'm going to say, Cole socks. I'm just not, I don't
Have
know.
faith in your Cole. I support
not
you.
Feeling it. I'm just like, ooh, I could not watch it and totally have my life be totally fine. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Cammie, what about you?
I don't know anything about this one. I must have missed it because I don't know anything about it. Alicia Witt, I'm fine with her. She's done some really great jobs in the past. What is it called? Holiday Mix Up, or
Merry Mix Up.
where she a very merry mix up. There we go. That is one of my favorite Christmas movies ever because I just think that was hysterical, and she had great chemistry not only with the brother of her supposed fiance, but she had great chemistry with the family. So she's had some great roles. She has also had roles that didn't turn out as well. So I'm going to go with Orange Colored Socks.
Okay, good. All right, for me, I'm a little bit surprised that she's being a country singer. I thought that she was like jazz music. I didn't think that she was a country singer, but I guess anybody can put on a twang to their voice, I guess. Yeah. But I wasn't. See, the thing I think is great about Alicia Witt is she brings the humor to the roles. And but last year, because she was on Movies and Mysteries, she wasn't able to do that as much. And it was kind of not the best, that one. They had two comedic actors as the leads in a non-comedic movie, and it just wasn't great. And so that's my concern about this. Yeah. But otherwise, it sounds perfectly cute to me. So I'm going to give it an orange that needs some ripening. Lisa says Alicia Witt is an auto orange for me. Caroline says fuzzy Santa socks. And Georgia says, yeah, Cole again. Okay. So, all right. Next, we have Christmas at Graceland, Home for the Holidays. This is Hallmark Movies channel. Stars Caitlin Doubleday, Adrienne Grenier, Priscilla Presley, Chase Bryant, writer Nicole Baxter, who did Christmas Bells Are Ringing, which was one of my favorite movies last year for Christmas, even though it had a wedding in it. I still loved it. So anything's possible. She did Wedding of Dreams, which I also liked, and The Sweetest Heart, which I also liked. So this is a pretty good track record. And the summary is world traveler Harper returns to Memphis for the holidays and nannies for wealthy widower Owen. Another wealthy widower. We like this.
We like those wealthy widowers.
About a job overseas. As they grow close, Harper encourages Owen to break out of his routine and spend more time with his children, while Owen encourages Harper to have confidence. Harper and Owen prepare for a joint event at Graceland featuring a fundraiser for Owen's company and an Elvis at Christmas exhibit Harper is producing. They develop feelings for each other. Harper realizes how much she enjoys living near family and must decide if her home for the holidays will be her forever home. So we don't have any mention of singing in this, which is interesting. Neither of them are singers or, anything like that.
Their characters don't seem to be musically inclined.
So maybe we won't hear Silent Night 9 times. That's the hope.
Maybe. One can hope.
I think that another one has huge potential swings, I feel like. Because Adrienne Grenier, I forget what it was called, his last Hallmark movie was the one with Amy Smart, was so disappointing.
My gosh.
It wasn't good. Love something.
It was not good. And I don't know Caitlin Doubleday that well. But if this could be really cringy, was just sort of manic pixie dream girl, like brightening the life of this crusty old man, the crusty young man, whatever. That could be the worst, but if it's done well, it could be super cute and I could like it. I loved Miss Christmas, and that's not that different.
Yes, I like
and that. So it depends how it's executed. But I'm going to give it a sock. And like a sock maybe with some holes in it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's any good. But Cammie, what do you think?
Socks.
Mm-hmm.
Socks. Yeah.
What do you think, Anne?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Cole more than socks. And I liked the last year's, but this one I'm not really feeling either. The actors, like you said, Adrian, his movie wasn't very good. I don't know Caitlin, and I don't know. The promo wasn't doing any drawing me or anything. So I have to say Cole.
I'm gonna be brave like you. I'm going Cole. I'll be strong in my convictions because
we hope you rise up, but Cole.
Love at First Glance was the movie. Love at First Glance.
That was so disappointing, that movie. Anyway, so Casey says an orange from Piggly Wiggly, it can go either way, which I do agree actually with. And then Lisa says it's Hallmark Christmas Sound of Music, except without Yano Nazis. I'm hopeful. Maybe socks with oranges in them. And then Caroline says Cole. Cole, and Georgia says, oh my gosh, I'm giving it socks because it looks so silly that it actually deserves Cole. But I think I'll be entertained even if it isn't for the reasons they intended. So socks.
That's good.
Okay. All right. We're getting close to the end of this one. Woo. All right. Okay. So then we have A Gift to Remember 2, Cherished Memories. This is the Hallmark Movies channel. This is Allie Liebert, Peter Porte, Tina Lifford, written by Topher Payne, who we've had on our podcast and we love. Director Kevin Fair, who's done a bunch of Signed, Sealed, Delivered. He's amazing. And this is on the 24th, and it's Aiden, Darcy, and Chaucer's bookstore return. And this time it's Aiden helping Darcy honor her memories. So we have some little bit of plot, not a ton. But I'm going to go ahead and give this one a orange just because Hallmark sequels, little nervous about them. They're usually not the best, but I love the cast. I love Topher Payne. I do trust him, and we had a long conversation on the podcast about the problems with sequels. So he seemed to be really well aware of the common traps. So I'm really hopeful that this will be good. And so yeah, I'm gonna give it an orange. What do you think, Anne?
I'm the same. The sequels, I'm like always disappointed by them. It's just, I don't know what it is. I like the falling in love movie more than the give us some other problem because we have to have one thing. So I'm very wary about it. I would say just plain socks. I did like the first one. So I'm hoping it'll be good. I want it to be, but socks.
Yeah. And it's the only traditional sequel that we had this Christmas. Yeah. As far as, other ones are more spin-off-y than sequel.
Than actual, yeah.
Because like Angel Falls and some of the other ones
it's different.
Are more spin-offs. What about you, Cammie?
Solid orange. Very solid orange because I loved the first one. I thought they did great. I actually, yes, sequels can go badly, but I really like seeing where the couple goes. I like seeing couples in a solid, comfortable relationship. Now, if nothing happens, then yes, I get bored with the movie. But I often find it kind of sad when it ends right when they get together. I like that was one of the reasons why I loved Return to Me way back when with David Duchovny and Minnie Driver, because it showed them in a comfortable, solid relationship. Now, yes, you had the drama and that was great because it created conflict, but it showed them in a comfortable relationship. And One Winter Weekend, that sequel with One Winter Proposal, totally solid.
That was good.
Yeah, so that was really good.
I'm very I'm very hopeful because these two did a great job with the first one. So I'm going to give it a solid orange, maybe even with some diamond clusters.
That one was helped by the fact that it had 4 characters. I think that helped a lot.
That's true. That did help.
Definitely.
The problem that Hallmark has with sequels is that they don't know where to have that conflict. They don't know. So they end up kind of making things oddly dark. And so they add this conflict that's just like, this couple was solid. Like they are not going to break up because of, some like,
because of a miscommunication.
Yeah. And so like when when the protagonist gives back the ring and if it's just that kind of stuff that you tend to see in the sequels, it's just like, I feel like this is a major downer. Like what's going on? Yeah. And so that's what they struggle with, I think, in a lot of these sequels. And, but I do think the Perfect Bride sequel, I actually preferred it over the original.
Yeah, that one's good.
Perfect Bride was amazing, but that's Pascal and Kevin. Yeah. So
I hated his girlfriend, his fiance in the original one. She was the worst.
Yeah, she was the worst.
We weren't supposed to like her, but
no, I get it. But she was grating to the nth degree, and I just So I actually preferred the second one in that one. So there are some good ones. Wedding March 2 took me to a dark place. I hated that movie. They're hit and miss when it comes to sequels for Hallmark, but I trust Topher Payne. He's my main reason for pulling through on this. So come on, Topher. Let's make it great. And so anyway, moving on. Oh, we got to get those things. So Casey says, a diamond ring hidden in an orange. I really liked the first movie, so hoping this will be just as good. Had to knock it a couple points because sequels can be hit and miss. Lisa says, I really want this to work. I'll be optimistic and go with an orange. Caroline says a clementine. And Georgia says a reliable pair of cozy socks. Okay. Then we have a Christmas duet. And this is Hallmark Movies Channel, stars Chaley Rose and Rome Flynn and Terrell Rothery. This is on the 25th. And well-loved music duo Avery and Jesse, famous for their duet Wouldn't Be Christmas, haven't played together since they went their separate ways years ago. Avery gave up music and opened a beautiful lodge in snowy Vermont town, while Jesse still tours, struggling to find the same kind of success they had as a duo. When fate brings them together over the holidays at Avery's lodge, just in time for the annual Yuletide festival, can the magic of Christmas help reunite them once again? Let's see. And so the movie also stars fan favorite Terrell Rothery, who plays a travel writer visiting Avery's lodge. So I think the story, it's fine. But I thought the clips looked so cute. I'm not familiar with either of these actors, but I thought they looked really fun. And I liked the whole picking out the tree scene that they showed. Mm-hmm. So I just on that alone, I'm going to give it, a high orange. I was really pleased with the preview that they had. What about you, Cammie?
I'm going to go with orange colored socks because it looked cute, but it didn't grab me. Mm-hmm. It didn't reach out and grab me, but I think it looks great. I think it looks fine. Mm-hmm. But I'm not looking forward to it. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised because I'm going to watch it. So, right. So yeah, I'm gonna go with orange colored socks.
Good. Okay, great. Anne, what about you?
For me, I am familiar with both the actors from TV, and I like both of them. So I'm excited. It's diversity. That's exciting. I did like the clips. I thought they were good. And so I'm giving it a solid orange. I do like music, like movies too, if it's not, overdone. Yeah. So I could do like the music aspect. So yeah, solid orange. I'm excited.
Good, great. Casey says a sock with jingle bells because this is going to play the same dang song 9 times, just like last year's movies. Only a guess. Can we make a bingo square for this one? That would be a good bingo square. Lisa says, "Lure. This sounds like a mashup of Trabby and Enchanted." That's from Chesapeake Shores.
Oh dear.
Trabby and Enchanted Christmas socks that are a bit too worn out, but you still hang on to them for laundry days. Caroline says Cole. And Georgia says, orange, Rome Flynn is about to blow everyone away with his charm and dazzling smile. Another soap actor. He's great, and I kind of love him. And the clips show promise, so maybe a really huge orange. So Georgia needs to remember that bigger oranges usually are worse.
That's true. I know. I said that one time too, but they usually taste worse.
Like, that's the worst thing ever when you, peel an orange and you go to all that effort and then you take it and it's like, this is
yeah.
I hate it.
For the purposes here, a big orange is a good thing.
Okay, we have double holidays, Hallmark Movies Channel, Christopher Poloha, Carly Pope. This is written by Nina Wyman, who is the queen of Hallmarkies podcast. She's been on our show more than any other person. She was our first interview we ever did. We love her. Don McBrady directed. He's done a bunch, including Very, Very Valentine, Magical Christmas Ornaments, which I think was kind of underrated that year. It's on the 26th. And Carly Pope stars as a young woman who plans the office client Christmas party by day and celebrates Hanukkah with her closest friends by night. But planning the party means she has to work with the antagonistic yet handsome coworker, Poloha. The stakes for the company are incredibly high this year, so she's determined to do a great job. She's also determined to find the one. So, Han, what do you think about this one?
Okay, I love Palaha, and I just call him Palaha because I feel like we're friends. So I just really like him. He's like right under Andrew for me. I just love him. He seems like such a nice human, and I just like to look at him in sweaters also, and he's just nice. I like men in sweaters. Okay,
who doesn't? Come on.
And so also like the Hanukkah aspect. I don't know that much about Hanukkah, and I'm just excited to see it in like a fun movie kind of setting. I think that'll be fun. And in the clip, it was cute. He seemed like he was, kind of different than he sometimes plays. He's, I guess, the difficult one. And so I think that'll be fun to see. I think it's going to be great. I'm saying solid diamond. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm really, really excited.
Very good. Cammie, what about you?
I thought that the Hanukkah and Christmas aspect was so clever, and it hasn't really been done. So it's different. I always love different. I remember my sister-in-law telling me that she was trying out for 2 different Hallmark movies, but she got to set on both of them to audition, and they were the exact same premise. And she said, which one am I trying out for again? So when they do something different, I really, really like that. And I'm with Anne. I adore Chris. I absolutely adore him. He is an amazing human being, and he complimented my blog, and he didn't have to. So my friend McLean that I was talking about earlier, he directed him in Small Town Christmas, and he said Christopher Palaha is the kind of guy that I would hang out with, that I would enjoy spending time with as just a couple of guys going and grabbing lunch on the weekend. So I just think that he's amazing, and I loved you were right. I was what?
Yeah.
What? Don't make me say it again. You were right. I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to say an orange colored diamond.
Very good. Okay, for me, I do think that the party planning isn't my favorite plot line.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't like that.
I really do trust Nina. Nina is actually my biggest draw for this movie. She is Jewish. I think it means a lot for her to be able to do one of these movies. She's written dozens of these movies, and it's the first time she's able to. She celebrates with her family because her husband celebrates Christmas, and so they celebrate both in her family. But I think it means a lot to her to be able to write this Hanukkah movie. So I'm really excited for her, and I think that she's going to be extra motivated to do an even a more amazing job than she always does. So, but yes, I love Christopher Palaha. Hopefully we'll get to interview him again. Last year, we'd been talking, and it was like around 8:00 or whatever, and my time. And we were talking, and we could not figure out how time works. And I was like, "What are you doing right now? Like this minute?" and he was like, "I'm available." So we literally got on the phone that minute, and we did the interview. Like no prep. We just talked about like random philosophy and weird stuff that we liked, and about the movie, of course, that was coming out. But he was the best. He was great. And so anyway, that was really cool. He was top for that. So I love him, and I don't know Carly Pope really at all. She's not familiar to me, but I'm going to give this a diamond ring. I think they are very motivated to make sure this movie is good. We haven't had a Hanukkah themed movie since 2012 in Hitch for the Holidays, and so I think it will be good. I just have confidence. I'm giving it a diamond ring. Casey says a Valencia orange. Nina and Palaha have proven to be all-stars with their movies. You can always count on them to be awesome. Lisa says an orange for Nina. We love Nina on the podcast. So Caroline says Clementine. And Georgia says, oh, yes. You know what? Diamond ring in it. Nina is a pro, and Palaha never disappoints. I've also been looking forward to their Hanukkah stories. So I'm keeping my hopes high for this one. So very good. Okay. Next, we have The Christmas Club. This is Hallmark Movies channel. Cameron Matheson, Elizabeth Mitchell. This is written by Julie Sherman-Wolf, who's also one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. She's the best and hilarious. She always manages to bring real funny in her stories, in her movies. And so this is on the 27th, and it's 2 busy strangers, Olivia and Edward, meet when they help an elderly woman find her lost Christmas savings. Thanks to fate and Christmas magic, they also find something they were both missing, true love. And this is based on a novel by Barbara Hinsky. And so I am actually, I didn't love the clip. And I didn't feel a ton of chemistry between Elizabeth Mitchell and Cameron Matheson. But I just really like Julie, and I think she'll bring the funny into the script, and I think it'll be good. And I do like Cameron Matheson. And so I'm going to give it a really nice orange. Really excited. So I'm hopeful on this one that it will be good. What about you, Anne?
I really like Cameron Matheson a lot. Unlike Cindy Busby, it seems like his characters are always so warm and so kind, and he always they always have these kind characters for him, and he just shines amazingly. And also, he looks the same as when he did All My Children. Please tell me how that's possible, because I need to do that. Whatever he did, he looks amazing. And Good in Sweaters also. And I'm gonna say I wasn't that impressed with the clip either.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like a tangerine orange. But I do like him, and I know he'll shine. So
I'm also a little disappointed there isn't a club. It's the Christmas club.
Yeah.
And so I was hoping it would be about a club of people that just like celebrate Christmas every week, which is like my fantasy. I would love to be part of a Christmas club.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I mean, we kind of are for the podcast, but like being here in Utah, be able to go every week to Christmas club would be my favorite thing to exist. Yeah. So, Cammie, what about you?
Big fat diamond.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think the two of them looked adorable together. The premise of them giving their own money to a woman whose money blew away. The wind is a little funny, but the fact that they don't have any money in their wallets because they gave all of their money to this woman whose Christmas savings blew away in the wind is just adorable. And then the peanut guy, giving them the peanuts and saying, "You're giving us the peanuts because of our story." No, I'm a sucker for romance. No. It's just I thought it was adorable. I adore Cameron Matheson. Absolutely love him. And Elizabeth Mitchell is still beautiful. She really has aged well, which is, it's just not easy to do. And especially, I sometimes think that women just can't age as well as men.
Yeah, they really can't.
So, no, we can't. It's true. And so, she still looks every bit as charming and lovely as she did. So, solid diamond.
Very good. Okay. Then we have from Casey, she says, a warm fuzzy sock, cozy, sweet, and thoughtful. Lisa says, Christmas magic. I'm in. Fuzzy socks. Caroline says, fuzzy Santa socks. And Georgia says, Cameron Matheson also never disappoints me. He always makes me believe in the romance, so that part's covered. The story sounds cute, and I'm excited for one with Christmas magic. I give this a jewel-encrusted orange. So very good. All right, next we have Check Into Christmas. This is Hallmark movie. This is our regular Hallmark channel. It stars Wes Brown, Rachel Boston. It's directed by Sam Irvin and written by Anna White, who we've also had on the podcast. She did Sister of the Bride, Christmas Made to Order. She's awesome, super fun. And it's Julia and Ryan come from two families, the Masons and the Crowleys, who have been competing innkeepers for generations in the most sought-after Christmas getaway in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Julia travels back home for the holidays and is surprised to find out the attractive stranger she connected with at the train station is none other than Ryan Mason. So, Anne, what are your thoughts?
I'm excited about this pairing. I like Wes Brown a lot, and I like Rachel Boston. She's so fun and bubbly. So I think it's going to be really good. I would say, what kind of orange do I want to give it? Some kind of good one. Or orange with diamond dust.
Okay, good.
I'm really excited, and I like the the storyline too. It sounds interesting, and I just think they're going to make magic together with chemistry, and that's really exciting to me. So orange with diamond dust.
I am a big fan of these Romeo and Juliet kind of stories. That's always fun. These dueling families or whatever. But, it's like, aren't there enough tourists in Colorado to go around? Like, does it really need to like
be so competitive about it?
And then you're like, breaking up true love. I evidently it's a tough game there in Colorado. But I love Wes. I love Rachel Boston. I think this has potential to be the next Pumpkin Pie Wars, which I adore.
Oh, I know
and
that one. Yeah.
that one's really funny. Of course, it's written by Nina, so that elevates it. But I'm going to give it an orange. I hope it'll be good. What about you, Cammie?
Another diamond. Another diamond. Love Wes.
Nice.
Love Rachel. Loved the scene in the promo. Like, can we meet for a secret cup of hot chocolate? Like, maybe in 10 minutes I'll accidentally bump into you at the diner.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was flirty. It was cute. Diamond.
Yeah. So Casey says, really nice athletic socks. You just didn't realize you needed these socks. And then Lisa says, this pairing has potential orange. Caroline says an orange. And Georgia says, if this has been cast differently, I have a feeling I would give it socks and then be pleasantly surprised. However, Rachel Boston is a gift. Wes delivers. And the clip was really stinging cute. I give it one of those cuties. You know, the oranges or tangerines or whatever they are called, cuties. This one gets a big bag of cuties. So very good. Okay, we're almost done. So then next we have Christmas at the Plaza, Hallmark Movies channel. This is Ryan Pavey, Elizabeth Henstridge, directed by and written by Ron Oliver, who's a legend. He's amazing. And this is 29th of November. It's historian Jessica and handsome decorator Nick. Jessica is hired to research and conceptualize the Christmas display for the iconic Plaza Hotel. She finds more than facts and tinsel when she teams up with Nick to bring the exhibit to life. So, Cammie, what do you think about this one?
I'm going to give it a solid orange.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Pavey's very handsome. I don't know her at all, but she looked great. And that story about his grandparents completely sold me. When I heard that story about his grandparents, I was gone. I was a goner. And he should have kissed her. She pushed him away, but he should have kissed her anyway. So yeah, nice. Solid orange.
Yeah, the party planning are not my favorite, but some of them can be good. But that makes me a little, it's going to be kind of boring. I don't know. That part makes me nervous. But it was pretty cute, the scenes. And the whole, like, you don't know who Frank Sinatra is. That whole thing was kind of funny. I liked that. And so, yeah, and it is going to be hilarious to see them pretend that, I don't think this was shot in New York. Certainly not at the Plaza. They maybe did a few. I think
it was a few days.
So it'll be hilarious to see Vancouver as New York once again. But I'm going to give it a sock. But I do like Ryan Pavey. He's very charming. He's super swoon-worthy. So we'll see.
Yes.
Anne, what about you?
I like Ryan Pavey a lot. I'm excited to see this hunky, beautiful man as a decorator. That sounds kind of interesting.
Oh my gosh.
I would hire him as my decorator.
So. That's an interesting choice for him. I never would have pictured him as a decorator.
Exactly. So I think that'll be kind of fun. I like the promo. And I am excited that they did shoot a little bit at the hotel. I think that'll be really pretty just to see the inside of that.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm giving it a solid orange. I know Elizabeth Henstridge a little bit, so I'm excited. And he's just so pretty and just so handsome.
She was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think.
Yeah, I just started watching that. Yeah, and she's on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So Casey says clementines. Lisa says meh socks. Caroline says red and green socks. And Georgia says, ha ha ha, Ryan Pavey in the one preview clip made my heart aflutter. Even if the story isn't great, it probably is. But if it isn't, these two are adorable enough to make me love it. This one gets a super sweet grapefruit. So she's going to the whole other fruit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have...
Is that below or above an orange?
I don't know.
Yeah, depends who you ask. Grapefruit can be different.
So, Sense and Sensibility and Snowman. This is Hallmark Movies Mysteries. Aaron Krakow, Luke McFarlane, Kimberly Susted, director David Winning, my favorite once again, and then Samantha Herman, the writer who I got to interview before Love Under the Olive Tree, which didn't air. So my interview with her will be airing before this. But she is great, and she did Small Town Christmas and Mingle All the Way. She's a great writer. Love her. So the 29th, and the film centers on Christmas enthusiast party planners Ella and her sister Marianne, who clash with their client Edward, who is a not so jolly toy company CEO. Those toy company CEOs are the worst. So the things I'm excited about this movie is I'm excited about Luke McFarlane. I'm excited about Kimberly Susted. I think Erin Krakow can be good. And I think her and Kimberly Susted will be really fun as sisters. Looking forward to that.
I agree.
I did not like the Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe last year, even though it was written by Nina, who I love. That movie did not work for me. And really, any of this attempts to sort of co-opt Jane Austen have really fallen flat for me. And so that makes me nervous, especially because the Melissa De La Cruz, who wrote, I guess, the novel of this movie, I really disliked her book, Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe. It was not for me. And Samantha did say that I have to be willing to let go, that there's almost nothing about Sense and Sensibility in this aside from the names, which is kind of irritating.
Okay.
But she's like, oh, it's really, really cute anyway. You have to, but I guess. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I'm going to give it, I do love Luke McFarlane. He's a dream. I'm going to give it a sock, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a surprise. What about you, Anne?
I really like everyone involved in this movie, Aaron, Luke, Kimberly, and I love the promos with Aaron and Kimberly having sister moments. That was really cute.
Yeah.
And I like the promo with her and Luke too. So I'm hopeful. I would say a high orange. I really want to like it, and I'm looking forward to it. So a high orange for me.
Very good. What about you, Cammie?
Orange covered in diamond dust.
Okay.
Because it can go a little sour, but love Aaron, love Luke, love Kimberly, love the idea of them playing sisters. I never would have thought of it, but when I saw it, completely made sense.
Yeah.
So
I wish they just called it. I wish instead they just called it Sisters at Winter or something else than Sense, Sensibility, and Snowmen.
Yeah, if it's just the names. Yeah.
We'll see. So Casey says another Valencia orange. I like Erin and she's pretty consistent. Lisa says fuzzy socks for Luke, but I'm not here for party planning talk. Yeah, I agree with her there. Caroline says the most expensive diamond, Erin, Luke, of course.
We know she loves
she loves Erin.
If you don't know she loves Erin, then you don't know her.
Yeah.
She does? What?
Yeah. So Georgia says, oh my, I love the original story so much. I'm not sure they've stuck to it enough for my liking. Such potential, but judging from the clip I've seen, I give it a clean, shiny lump of coal. Oh. And I'm pretty close to agreeing with Georgia on that one. But
okay.
We'll see. Okay. All right. Last one on this episode. So we have Christmas in Rome. This is Hallmark Movies Channel. It's Lacey Chabert, Sam Page, director Ernie Barbarash, and he did Royal Winter, Reading, Writing, and Romance, and some other stuff. And this is on the 30th. It's Lacey Chabert plays an independent-minded American tour guide named Angela, who is fired from her job in Rome. Just before Christmas, she crosses paths with an American executive named Oliver, who wants to buy a high-end Italian ceramics company. Oliver hires Angela to be his tour guide around the Eternal City, as the owner of the ceramics company won't sell it to him until he learns the heart and soul of Rome. But is there another heart and soul that he may win? So, obviously, I like Lacey Chabert. She's made some stinkers in the last couple of years.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah. But she's the queen of Hallmark, so I like her. And Sam Page has made some good ones. I liked The Story of Us this year. That was very good. And I liked this Me, Mine, and whatever it was in summer. That was bonkers and crazy. But I liked it. I really, really disliked. The first time I used the phrase, this movie took me to a dark place, was when reviewing his Mr. Christmas Present one, which I hated. And so he's hit and miss for me with Mr. Sam Page. But I like the overseas movies tend to be pretty good. But I don't understand why, if you were trying to get a down-earthy, gritty home view of Rome to purchase this ceramics company, why on earth would you hire an expat, an American, to give you a tour guide? If I'm wanting to get the down and gritty inside scoop, places that only the locals know, I'm hiring an Italian. I'm hiring a person from Rome. Like, what? That's
kind of weird.
It's stupid. And also the whole scene with the cookies, ever since I saw that this summer, made no sense to me. He's like, oh, look, a Colosseum cookie. And I'm like, that's not how cookies work. Like, you have multiple steps to making a cookie. So you have to make the pattern. You have to cut it out. You have to bake it. It doesn't just appear magically. Like, here's the Colosseum cookie. And that doesn't make sense. I'm just like, what is happening in the scene? Also, I feel like this movie has very little Christmas. It could be it's obviously filmed in the summer, and so nothing looks cold, and it just doesn't feel very Christmassy to me at all. So
it's true.
I'm gonna give it a coal. Sorry, Lacey, but that's how I feel. I'm not excited about this one. I think it looks pretty bad, but we'll see. What do you think, Cammie?
I'm gonna go with socks. Because I didn't see a whole lot of the plot in the promo, and it sounded very. It was just a little cut short with what we were able to see. But I do love Lacey and I do love Sam. And one thing she said. One thing that she said about it that I really liked was, Rome isn't about what you see, it's about what you feel. And then she said that this movie is about letting Rome take you on a journey. And my mom just got back from a vacation in Italy. So I'm very excited to go on this journey. So I'm going to go with socks because I do have a lot of reservations, but I don't think it's going to be awful.
All right. Anne, what about you?
I was not feeling the promos, and I love overseas movies just for the backdrop, just to see the beauty of these countries or these historic sites, So I'm excited to see that. But the promos, I don't know. I was like, this does not seem good. I don't know. I wasn't grabbed by anything. And for some reason, they made Sam Page look so old. And I'm like, why all of a sudden are y'all making him look old? Like, he had gray hair. I'm like, what is going on? And it was just
because
strange.
He's got it in real life now.
I know. I guess they just always cover it. Now it just looks like Stark. When I saw him, I was like, oh, wow. I don't know. So I'm excited to see Rome because I am actually going there next year. So I'm really excited to see that. But I'm not really feeling the chemistry or the promos. So I'm saying socks with holes in them. I don't know.
Well, Casey says, #Cole, I'm sorry. So sorry. All the Rome movies made me sleepy this year, and I don't know what I have against Rome. Maybe a diamond will emerge from this coal. Lisa says, I have zero expectations for this one. The location movies have been hit and miss for me. One sock that you can't find the pair for. Caroline says, Cole, ... sorry. And then Georgia says, ha ha ha, that tiny table. Why? Because they're they're decorating the cookies on a side table. It's
like TV tray or something. Yeah, just like a little teeny.
I was so confused by that. But that tiny table, why would you make a gingerbread house on a tiny table in the hallway? Socks with cute festive dog pictures on them. Again, I think I'll enjoy it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll be good. So, yeah, I get it. Okay, so there we go. We got the first part done. That's crazy. That's just the first part. So we're excited. Let us know what you think of these movies, what you're anticipating, what rating you would give them. We'd love to hear in the comment section or on Twitter. Let us know. That would be really fun. And so, Cammie, where can people find you?
On Twitter and Instagram, I'm at Cammie Drama Girl, Cammie spelled Kami. On Facebook, I have my Hooked Hardy Facebook page, and my blog is hookedhardy.com.
Great. And Anne, where can people find you?
Both my Instagram and Twitter are AW Scott. 21. So you can both find me on there, the same name. And it's Scott with 2 T's.
Great. You can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes and YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. So make sure to check that out. And make sure you're checking out the podcast. We're going to have lots of really good stuff coming up. I mean, we're going to have something practically almost every day for the next couple of weeks, just because there's so much going on in the world of Hallmark. So make sure you're locked in. I consider becoming a patron. We so much appreciate our patrons. We have giveaways available to them. And it's only $2 a month to start out and have access to the exclusive content and to those giveaways. We have $5 a month. You can be part of our Facebook group, which is a lot of fun. So check that out. That'll be all in the description section. And so get ready for part 2. We'll be coming up before you know it. So thanks again, ladies. I really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.